told me straight to my face. One day he looked at me and he's like, wow, you're ugly. You know, something was always wrong with my face in Korea. But don't get me wrong, just because I'm not in Asia and I'm in America, it doesn't mean people saw me as perfect. Because when I'm in America, there's something wrong with my body. It's like people can never be content with the way you look, no matter where you go. And I want to talk about what it felt like me being as a trainee or in the industry, what people were always talking about, comments that I got from when I was on the show, and what people thought about my face. And I feel like these days people are going way too over extreme with commenting about the Korean beauty standards, and I just want to talk about that as well. Before we get started, today's video is also sponsored by Boxu. I am so excited to get this box every month because I get to snack on some food and snacks that I cannot get in my local superstore. And Boxu is an amazing subscription box for Japanese snacks. Alright, so this month's theme is the Otsukimi Moon Festival for September, and I'm so excited to open this because, oh my god, salt? Truffles? What? I always have an organic tea for you to try every single month. Ooh, look at this big size cookie. Big cake roll right here. This is so exciting. This is what I've been waiting for. This is my favorite puffs that they gave in the August box, and I'm obsessed with these puffs, and they gave me 2 this time. Oh my god. So first time customers, Boxu designed the seasons of Japan so you can get the taste of snacks per season. For the rest of the subscription boxes, you will get these monthly curated boxes and you will never get the same snacks. Boxu experience is like a gourmet journey through Japan every single month. And remember you guys to click on my link down below and you could use GRAZYTV my code so you guys could save some money and try these snacks every single month because I am so excited to try them. But let me just clarify, the Korean beauty standard applies to Koreans only, you know? It's not like this has to do with any other races. This standard was made for Koreans in Korea. In Korean culture, we are also brought up that it is okay for your parents or someone that's close to you to criticize about your weight and your looks. In a way, I think it started as nothing like bad intended. You know, if you gained weight, people will say something about you. If there's something wrong with your face, they'll always point it out. They want you to get a good job. They want you to, you know, thrive in society without being pushed back, you know. So in a way, they criticize in order to help. And because that's part of our culture, it's also indented in jokes and humor. So in a way, people find it kind of normal for this. So let's go to the list of the general beauty standards that we have here. And this is the general. It does not mean that everybody looks like this. So number 1, you need to have a slim V-line face. This has been popular for a long time and it seems like it's not dying down yet. People love to have just a straight V-line face because it makes your face look smaller. Number 2, people want your face to be smaller because you look better proportions. If you have a big face, it makes you seem, I guess, less attractive in the Asian culture. And I think this derives from the Asian features that we have. There's certain features such as high cheekbones and things like that that makes us look less attractive if our face is bigger and our cheekbones are popping out and things like that. So in the Korean culture, especially entertainment culture, everybody talks about small faces. And it's a compliment if someone says, oh wow, how small is your face? It's 100% compliment and people love it when they hear this. And there's always a saying that celebrities always have small faces because it looks better on camera as well. Bigger the face, the less attractive on camera, I guess. Number 3, no bump and a tall semi-slim nose. They call this the 높은 코 or like the high 코. People love it when you have a higher nose bridge because it makes you seem more confident. It makes you seem more 뚜렷해. Number 4 is double eyelids. Now this could be kind of debatable because mono eyelids have been a trend, but they say having double eyelids make your eyes look bigger. The next one is a round forehead, no flat foreheads. So the people really care about the side profile as well. So in the side profile, if you have like a bumpier forehead, it makes you seem like you have more 3D dimensions to your face. A nice side profile makes you look like a Barbie, so that is definitely a beauty standard here. And there is surgery where you actually insert fat or silicone, I don't know what it is, but they put it inside the forehead and makes it pop like this. Next is not so high cheekbones. and I could relate to this a lot. And a lot of people get their shavings down here on the cheekbones because they don't like that high Asian cheekbones. The reason is high cheekbones make you look older, makes you more mature, and people don't like that in Asia, or at least Korea. It's all about the baby face. It's all about looking very youthful, looking as young as you can, and cheekbones make you look super old. And I've struggled with this so much because I've always been told that I look so mature for my age. I remember I was 16 walking down Dongdaemun area, and there was this guy who was selling hats, and he asked me out, and I was like, I'm 16, and he's like, oh, I thought you were 22. Can I still have your number? And I was like, gross. Next is a nice shoulder line. Yup, this is called seungmo. It's these shoulder lines, and if you have a fat shoulder line, if you have like a shorter neck, it doesn't look feminine enough, and they like elongated neck and like a nice round shoulder here. A very slim ant waist. They actually call this like the kemihori or something, like a very slim waist, and this is also very popular within the K-pop entertainment system. You always see like in the headlines of people talking about the kemihori in certain singers and K-pop idols and actors. Next, which might be a little bit shocking, which is a straight leg and no bent legs. This is called the U tari, the U legs, and actually this is found kind of not attractive. And actually there was even K-pop celebrities who came forward saying that they had stress showing their legs because they didn't like that U leg that they had. Next is no thick muscles in the thighs and calves. Yes, the bigger muscles you have, the more manlier you look as a female. So there's a lot of these like Botox shots you get on your calves and your legs in order to like die down those muscles. So I know that's a very popular procedure in Korea because I know that a lot of celebrities also get these shots in their thighs to make them look very skinny. Next is being below 50 kilograms. This was a big thing. I don't think it's not so much anymore. It's a thing in Korea to ask people your weight. I know, shocking. You never do that in the Western culture, but asking your height, weight, and age is like a big thing in Korea. And if you say you're under 50 kilograms or oh, I'm 48 kilograms, oh, I'm 47, there's some kind of like dissatisfaction if you're not over 50 kilograms as a female. And I remember when I was in a trainee, I'll talk about more later, but then we had weight check-ins, and if you were over certain kilograms, even if you were tall, they didn't like that. And the last one is bright skin. So there's a lot of salmon shots. It's called Cinderella shots, where it makes your skin overall look brighter. And bright skin has been a thing in Asia for a long time, and this derives from the ancient cultures of Korea and other Asian cultures, where the brighter skin you had, the more I think elite it was back in the dynasty days. So this really derives from our culture. It's something that, you know, not a lot of people, Western people, understand because it's not in their culture. As you could see, most of this critique is on your face, not really too much on your body. I know that in the Western cultures, it's not really focused just on the face, but more on the body, right? In the Western cultures, big butts and big chests is a thing, but in Korea, having big chests and big butts and like curves is actually not a beauty thing. It's actually considered a turn-off. So as you guys could see, the extreme beauty standards are everywhere in all cultures, and it's all different. Now, when I first came to Korea to train, I met this one manager. He worked at some kind of like a famous company. I just wanted to like obviously connect with someone that worked in the industry and help me get an audition. Now when he saw me, and one of the first thing he told me was, you know, there's a lot of girls out there that are so much more prettier. And he said it in such a way that I felt so insecure from that day on. I told you, people are upfront, especially in the Korean entertainment industry. Like people are just upfront about the way you look, and they all tell you if they don't like the way you look. I remember I cared so much of what I looked like on the subway when I was walking down the streets. Wherever I was, I wanted attention and to be accepted as beautiful. But I think that led to my anxiety problem, honestly. Now fast forward, when I got accepted into a company, and it was like a pretty well-known company too, and I thought I was the most beautiful or at least decent looking person, you know? But when I went into that company, oh my my god, they are just naturally so pretty and so beautiful that I was starstruck myself. And now I know that why they are so handpicked to be an entertainer, because they just don't look like a normal person. And it made me realize that day I was not beautiful, well, according to the Korean beauty standards. I still remember till this day, and I went into this office of one of the staff member who was like in charge of creating our group back then. And he told me straight to my face, one day he looked at me and he's like, wow, you're ugly. And he's like, I thought you were pretty, but damn, you're ugly. I was so shocked, but I was like laughing because how else am I supposed to react, you know? I mean, he's obviously, you know, the guy who is in control of our group and have to look good in front of him. And I just kind of took it as a joke, but I was really hurt. Singing, rapping, dancing, eventually you're gonna get there because you're gonna practice every day and it's gonna change. But my looks will never change unless it's for plastic surgery. Artists and trainees want surgery. It's not like people force us to do it. We want it because we want to be pretty. They tell us that you need to look like this in order to look great in front of the camera. That's not just because of us or the staff. That's also because of the viewers, the fans. Think about it. Who's the most popular member in every single group? The most beautiful one. I mean, in a way, it's human nature. The way we see beauty is through our eyes. Of course, that's not 100% true, but that technically is when it comes to what we view online, on social media. Because of this, I lived my life so inauthentic, I think. I cared too much. I had anxiety. I cared too much about what people thought when it didn't really matter. But you guys, the good news is I feel like this is a bit changing in Korea now, that now people are more accepted of ki, or the skills and talent, rather than just beauty. And that's why you see so many artists these days that don't fit into the beauty standards, but they have a lot of popularity because of their skills. So you might think there is no pros to the Korean beauty standard, which I don't think is 100% true, because me as a Korean, I feel like still I was able to take advantage, I guess, of this beauty culture in Korea. I feel like I'm able to spend my youth, and I am still spending my youth beautiful. And beauty means very different things depending on who you are. It is true that we're young only once, that I'll never be this young again. I'll be one day older tomorrow. I really like to exchange information on social media with my friends about beauty, makeup, clothing. It's fun, and I enjoyed and understood where this beauty standard came from my own country and why people thought this way. There's a lot of talk about plastic surgery, and people agree with it or not. If it does make you happy and you have a complex about yourself, let that person be. Let's just accept what other people want to do to make them happy and what's best for them, as long as they're not hurting anybody or going too extreme. If you are a believer of not body shaming, then you should be on the spectrum of both sides, not just one. So leave a comment on what you guys thought about this. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and see you guys next time.